I drive Uber late at night sometimes, mostly to make extra cash. I've had my share of weird passengers before, people who mumble to themselves, people who seem off, but nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared me for what happened last night. It was past 2 a.m., and the rain hadn't let up for hours. Thick, heavy drops hammered the windshield, making the wipers fight a losing battle. Streetlights were few and far between, just pale flickering glows in the distance. The road ahead was slick, cracked, and winding, cutting through dense woods that seemed to press in on either side. I'd just dropped off a passenger and was scrolling the Uber app, thinking I might call it a night after one more ride. The ping came in. A pickup at the edge of a tiny town, about 10 minutes away. When I pulled up, he was already there, standing perfectly still in the rain, coat soaked, hat pulled low over his face. He didn't wave, didn't nod, didn't even glance at me as I stopped the car. Just watched. I swallowed hard and tried to keep my voice casual. Uber, finally, he looked at me. His eyes were sharp, calm, deliberate. There was a way he looked at you that made your stomach tighten, the kind of look that feels like he's measuring you, weighing you, seeing exactly what you're capable of. "Yes," he said quietly, almost monotone. "Old Mill Road." My heart sank. Old Mill Road isn't exactly a road. It's narrow, winding, and mostly abandoned at night. People talk about accidents there, break-ins, and other weird things that happen. I swallowed my fear and forced a casual tone. "Sure, hop in." He slid into the passenger seat. The first thing I noticed was the smell. Damp coat, wet hat, and something faintly metallic that I couldn't place. My skin crawled. Then I noticed the stare. Not casual, not out the window. At me, measuring, watching. I tried to ignore it and started driving. But then he spoke, slow and deliberate. "You have a camera in here." I froze. My hands tightened on the wheel. Yeah," I said, forcing my voice casual. "It's just for safety. Like in taxis, buses, even trains. Pretty standard. Protects both passengers and drivers." He tilted his head, watching me closely. "You're recording me, without my permission." I swallowed hard. "I promise, it's legal. Most passengers don't even notice it. Uber requires it for some rides. It's for security, nothing personal." He leaned back, arms crossed, calm, but the edge in his voice made my stomach turn. "You think that makes you safe?" I nodded quickly, trying to smile. "I just want to make sure we're both okay." There's even a sticker on the windshield. See? Vehicle equipped with internal camera for safety and security purposes. Totally legal. His gaze didn't leave mine. "Legal. That doesn't mean I like it." I laughed nervously. "Most people don't even care." "You're noticing." A faint smirk crossed his face. Slow, deliberate, chilling. "I notice things. Small things. Reactions. Hesitations. Fear." My pulse quickened. The rain pounded harder. The wipers slapped the windshield. Headlights barely cutting through the darkness. Every nerve in my body screamed that I was in danger. And then, as if to test me further, he asked, "Got a smoke?" I shook my head immediately. "No. Company rules. Can't have passengers smoking." He raised an eyebrow, faintly amused. "No, that's disappointing. Never carry anything for a passenger." "No," I said, voice tight. Not at 2 a.m. in the rain. Sorry. He didn't speak, just leaned back, arms crossed, calm. But the silence carried tension. He was watching, waiting, testing. The road twisted, slick and dark, branches scraping the roof. I gripped the wheel tighter. Every instinct screamed, "Keep driving, stay alert, don't look away." He spoke again. Quiet roads, right time, perfect moment. My stomach dropped. "What do you mean?" I froze. He smiled faintly. "Some things are better when no one's around. Timing is everything." I forced a laugh. "Ah, yeah. Quiet roads are peaceful." He didn't answer. He just stared at me, calm, unblinking. And I realized he wasn't just creepy. He was planning, waiting, calculating. I felt my pulse in my throat. The rain hammered harder. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. The car's headlights reflected in puddles, turning the wet asphalt into a blur of gray and black. Every tree loomed like a shadow waiting to grab me. Then, slowly, deliberately, he leaned closer. Some people freeze, panic, don't know what to do. Those people, they're easy. I swallowed hard. I just want to get you there safely," I said, keeping my eyes glued to the road. He tilted his head. "Good. Panic is entertaining. And right now, you're delicious." I wanted to scream, slam the brakes, run, but I couldn't. I had to focus on the road. Keep driving. Survive. Minutes passed in tense silence. Every turn, every puddle, every shadow, made my hands shake. Every time I glanced at him, he was calm, watching, calculating, waiting. Finally, the faint glow of the destination's streetlight appeared. Relief should have washed over me, but it didn't. My stomach twisted. He was still calm, but I could feel it. He was planning, ready, waiting for the moment the road cleared. I slowed the car as we reached the drop-off point. My pulse was hammering so hard I thought it would burst through my chest. Every instinct screamed that I needed to get out of here fast. And then, as I was about to open the door for him, I felt it, the moment he had been waiting for. His hand twitched, subtle, almost imperceptible. My mind froze. He was about to strike. My heart stopped. Then, out of nowhere, headlights appeared behind us. Another car rolled up, and I could just make out the sticker on the door. It was another Uber. My hand tightened on the wheel. The other driver leaned out, yelling, "Hey, you're headed the wrong way. Internet's down out here. Can you help me get back to the main road?" The timing. I couldn't believe it. My passenger's hand froze mid-motion. He stared at the other car, then back at me. A faint, almost amused smirk crossed his face. "Seems luck is on your side," he said softly, almost casual. But that casualness carried a dangerous weight. I didn't wait. I pointed toward the road. "Follow me. I'll show you the way out." Both cars started moving, side by side, down the slick, dark road. I stole a glance at the passenger. Calm, unblinking, arms crossed. That smirk lingered. "Okay. See you again," he said. Not a friendly goodbye. Not casual. A warning. A promise. I didn't know which. I exhaled slowly once the other Uber driver's car disappeared ahead of me toward the main road. My hands shook uncontrollably. I was soaked from the rain, drenched with adrenaline, my heart hammering like it would explode. I didn't take another ride that night. I sat in my car for nearly an hour, letting the rain wash over me, trying to convince myself it was over. But deep down, I knew the truth. He had been planning, calculating, waiting. He let me live that night because of luck, or because he wanted me to feel the fear. And if I ever saw him again, it wouldn't be just strange or creepy. It would be dangerous.